part 2! Sorry. I'm so out of it right now. And I have to get ready too. Ugh. But I'm gonna finish these videos for you guys. Just cause. But anyway, yeah, this is Supergirl Season 1, Episode 18, titled World's Finest, the crossover with Flash. This is my part 2 video. But anyway, coming off from the end of the last one, Siobhan talks to her aunt saying she's in trouble. The aunt knows what's going on and pretty much tells her that the entire family's cursed, mainly the women in the family, which means the women in the Smythe family are apparently cursed by a banshee. So apparently, if wronged by others, Smythe women are possessed by the banshee spirit, and they end up developing a powerful sonic scream, and the only way to keep the power from taking over their souls is to kill the very person that wronged them. In Siobhan's case, she knows that Kara is the one that wronged her, so that means in order to, keep the power from taking over her soul, she has to kill Kara. But unfortunately for her, Siobhan concludes she needs some help to get Supergirl out of the way because, in her opinion, Supergirl is Kara's bodyguard. Of course, she doesn't know that Kara and Supergirl are one and the same, so she concludes that she needs help to get Supergirl out of the way so she can get a free shot at Kara and killing her. And so she decides, with this in mind, that she's going to need an ally. And remember, when she was still Siobhan, she did hear Livewire say she wanted to kill Cat and Supergirl. So, with that in mind, she manages to use her sonic scream to destroy Livewire's cell back at the DEO, allowing Livewire to escape. And they both take refuge in this warehouse, where they both plot to take their revenge on Supergirl and Cat. See, as you all well know, Siobhan wants to get at Kara, because Kara's the one that wronged her, right? And she believes Supergirl's the bodyguard, so she needs someone to take care of Supergirl, and she knows that Livewire wants to kill Supergirl and Cat. And hey, she also has a thing against Cat too, so it's like 2 for 1 for her. So, when Kara gets the call that Livewire escaped, she tells Cat, but Cat refuses to go into hiding, you know what I mean? And she's like, I'm gonna stay here and confront them like a badass. And, she also believes that Supergirl will be there to stop anyone like Livewire from hurting her, right? And so, Kara then turns to Barry, and they both head back to the DEO, which also concludes to another jealous moment from James. Anyway, it's really cute because, Kara, Barry, and Wynn, they all end up at the DEO, and it's pretty cute because this is the first time Barry's ever been at the DEO, so you see him zooming around everywhere in the DEO, saying, this place is cool, and he sees Kara's, spaceship's like, Wynn, take a picture with me with it, and all. It's so adorable. But anyway, Lucy and the rest of the DEO are like, who's this? No trespassers and all that, and he ends up revealing his identity, saying that, he's a superhero, he's gonna help stop Livewire, and stuff like that. And so, he also admits that he's also a CSI to help gain Lucy's trust. And so, Barry asks Kara, is there a CSI lab or anything I could use? And she's like, yeah, you can use my sister's lab, which is so cute because Barry's like, you have a sister? Aww! And it's like adorable. I swear, Kara and Barry are the cutest pair ever. But anyway, they use the lab to pinpoint Livewire's location, and Supergirl and Flash immediately take off to take on Livewire. And when they arrive, Flash tries to overwhelm Livewire with lightning, but of course Barry, being stupid, does not realize that lightning's just gonna recharge Livewire, which it did, and she ends up blasting Flash to the ground. And so Supergirl tries to use the sprinkler system to try to, short-circuit Livewire, but unfortunately, she is unaware of dear sweet Siobhan, because while she's trying to take out Livewire, she gets disoriented by a scream from none other than Siobhan, who is now all dressed up, clothes, hair, makeup and all, and she is now calling herself the Silver Banshee. She has arrived! Oh my god, it's pretty cool seeing Siobhan in her Silver Banshee outfit. She looks pretty bad. The makeup and the hair, badass. The clothes, but makeup and hair was pretty badass. But anyways, when Realizing that they can't really win this battle, the two heroes end up retreating to the point where Kara actually apologizes to Barry for pretty much going into battle without having a freaking plan about attacking, you know what I mean? And the reason why she went in there without a plan is because she's so over eager to save the day in hopes of winning back the city's trust. And if you guys saw that cute moment they had where they're both talking outside in the, I think like a patio looking area at Catco, Barry tells Kara, after Kara tells her like she's so eager to save the day because she wants to earn back the city's trust, Barry recalls his own experience in a similar situation. And if you guys remember, he's referring to that moment, the Flash and Arrow crossover, Flash versus Arrow, where he was under the influence of Roy Bigelow, aka Rainbow Raider, who pretty much turned Barry all psycho anger and all that stuff. And he pretty much tells her, she will be able to solve her problems as long as she's patient, which is it's amazingly good advice. We have this amazing moment with Kara and Barry where she went crazy, she got hopped up on red kryptonite, she went mad crazy, and she lost the trust of her own city. And Barry had a similar situation where he was controlled by Roy Bigelow, aka Rainbow Raider's rageaholic moment, where he even went against Arrow, you know what I mean? And he had a bad moment in front of Iris and, what was his name? Eddie, there you go. And, gaining back their trust and, like, his own city's trust, it took a while. And so he, out of experience, you see Barry being, like, a mentor to Kara, just like Oliver was to Barry when it came to, going in without a plan. You guys remember Barry used to be the same way, how he always went in there without planning ahead, and Oliver, aka Green Arrow, well, at the time he was Arrow, he pretty much guided Barry, and now Barry's doing the same thing with Kara, and they're bonding over their shared experience over, their rageaholic moments, where it's awesome because hers is red kryptonite, and he was the color that Roy Bigelow used to pretty much get Barry to get was red. Which is pretty funny. But they have a cute moment there, which is pretty cool. And seeing Barry as a mentor to Kara was even cooler. It was an amazing moment. I thought it was pretty cute. And it was pretty funny hearing Barry say to slow down. It's the Flash, and he's telling Kara to slow down. I thought that was freaking hilarious. But anyway, back at the DO, Barry is with Kara and manages to develop a custom earbud to dampen the effects of Silver Banshee's scream, similar to the same earbuds they used to fend off Pied Piper back in his world. And meanwhile, Livewire shows up at Catco, as well as Silver Banshee, and when he tries to, one last time, to plead to Silver Banshee to give up her vendetta, but she ends up screaming him to the ground. Livewire ends up zapping James before he gets the call on his watch, and they end up kidnapping Kat, and then afterwards James ends up calling the DEO, informing both heroes that Livewire and Silver Banshee appeared at Catco and kidnapped Kat, just as Livewire appears on the DEO screen demanding that both of them show up at mainly Supergirl, show up at National Park if they don't want Kat's blood everywhere, you know what I mean? So, Livewire is wreaking havoc at the park before turning her attention to Kat, who's like literally chained to the bench she's sitting on begging for mercy. And just as that happens, Supergirl and Flash arrive. And I thought it was really funny because you know how they arrived? They both arrived, and Flash is like, Sparky! And then, Livewire turns around and she's like, Shrieky! And then freaking Banshee turns around and he's like, Hi. And I was like, wow! That was semi-anticlimactic for a hello, I'm not gonna lie to you. But, it was really cute that he said that, he gave them funny nicknames and he just says hi, which I thought was hilarious. And, Flash ends up engaging against, Livewire while Supergirl engages Silver Banshee, well, not really, Silver Banshee starts screeching at them, right? And, they have the earbuds, so the screech doesn't work on either of them. So Flash takes on, Livewire while Supergirl takes on Silver Banshee at the same time freeing Kat. Livewire unfortunately manages to knock Flash out, which is kind of sad. I was like, Flash, really? You dealt with an enemy like this before. Seriously? How can you get knocked out so easily? It's just sad. But anyway, the spectators are all looking on while, Flash is out for the count, so Livewire ends up joining Banshee and double teaming against Kara. And as the spectators look on, there's a passing helicopter coming around, and she ends up throwing a bolt of lightning at it to destroy it and all that stuff. But Supergirl jumps in the way and takes the blow, preventing it from exploding and preventing it from crashing on the people below. And as she falls to the ground, the crowd are in shock that, oh my gosh, she not only saved the people in the helicopter, she saved us from being squashed by the helicopter. So they end up shielding her from the villainous duo and saying, you want to get through her, you got to get through us first. And as Livewire decides to electrocute the entire crowd, the firefighters that Supergirl saved from the red kryptonite incident show up and pretty much blast her with water, pretty much short-circuiting her. And when she gets all short-circuited, her powers lose control and she ends up shocking Silver Banshee in the process, defeating the both of them, which is really cool because the people are the heroes in this episode, and they end up saving Supergirl because Supergirl saved them. So it was amazing seeing, in a way, Kara earned back their trust by saving them all by taking the hit, and in retaliation, the people ended up being the hero, which I thought was a really cool thing to see. And it's like, Flash shows up, it's like, are you okay? It's like, dude, you got KO'd so fast, Flash! Come on! You didn't do anything in that fight, Flash, seriously. All you did was make fun of them and attempt to fight Livewire and then got your ass knocked out. I'm just saying. But anyway, later on, back at Catco, Wynn, James, and Kara, they watched the later news report confirming that National City once again hails Supergirl as a hero, and they're like, yay! And, apparently, according to Kara, she tells Wynn and James that Barry helped the Flash helped National City Police develop a means of containing meta-human criminals, kind of like, what they have their own little containment unit. So Flash pretty much gave them a way to contain meta-human criminals for the police department. And so Livewire and Silver Banshee are both in prison. Anyway, as Kara decides to go see Barry off, Kat reveals that she actually knows Barry was the Flash all along, which I thought was pretty funny, because I think that she kind of also knows that Kara's Supergirl, and she's either just playing it off or something, or either that, or she still doesn't know because of the whole, Kara being in the same room and Martian Manhunter pretending to be Supergirl. So she either does not know, or she does know again, and she's not telling it this time. I don't know. But anyway, in the field, Barry determines that if he and Kara both use their top speed with the tachyon device active, and she throws him, he will be able to move fast enough to create a breach for him to go back home. So Kara's all excited, it's like, oh my god, that means a race? So they start racing and all that stuff. Before the race, he gives advice to Kara to pursue James, which is pretty cute, in all honesty. And I thought it was funny to the fact that they end up on a race where the point where Barry makes fun of her, saying, "You think you could keep up, Girl of Steel?" And she's like, "Just watch, Crimson." What was it? Scarlet Speedster. I was gonna say Crimson. Scarlet Speedster. It was kind of cute when they had that. They even had the cute little hug and everything. And then, they have the race, the iconic race that everyone knows that Flash and Superman had in the comics, is interpreted here, just small scale, and Supergirl instead of Superman, which I thought was pretty cool. And I am running out of time, so I'm going to have like a mini part 2.5 to this episode. So, see you guys later.